Okay, here we go. It's the Supercopa final, it's El Clásico. And you know the stakes could not possibly be higher. We're about to break down the incredible tactical chess match that's going to decide who lifts that trophy. And trust me, this match has a fascinating story right at its heart.
You know, the best way to think about this entire tactical battle, it really all boils down to this one incredible analogy. This is a clash between an architect and a ghost. And we're going to explore exactly what that means for both Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Right, and we have to remember this isn't just another Clásico. No way. This is a battle of totally new coaching philosophies, a real glimpse into the future of this rivalry. With guys like Hansi Flick and Xabi Alonso in charge, both sides are trying to stamp a bold new identity onto their clubs.
Now, if you're looking at recent history to pick a winner, well, good luck. It's a real mixed bag. Of course, Barcelona fans will be dreaming of that absolutely massive 5-2 win, a real statement. But let's not forget Real Madrid has already drawn blood this season with a win at the Bernabeu, so the slate is anything but clean.
All right, let's dive in, starting with Barcelona. What's their blueprint for the final? Well, they're the architect in this story, and their plan is built on precision, structure, and, yep, a healthy dose of high risk.
So what does it mean to be the architect? Well, it's all about building this perfect, almost rigid structure on the pitch. The signature of Hansi Flick's Barça is this total commitment to a high offside trap and this really controlled, systematic passing that's just designed to dominate the game. Now here's where it gets really interesting. It's how all these pieces fit together. You've got that high-risk offside trap, designed to squeeze the pitch, but that's super dangerous, right? One perfectly timed run and it's all over. That's why it only works because of the intense athletic pressing, led by Ferran Torres, to stop those passes at the source. This whole structure is directed by their on-field leader, Rafinha, and it all kicks off with Iñaki Peña's distributioning from the back. See? Every single part is connected.
And here's some huge news for Culers, something that makes that plan even stronger. The brilliant Lamine Yamal is reportedly fit and available to play. I mean, that's a massive boost for their attack, and another vital piece for the architect's grand design.
Okay, so that's the architect's plan. But what about the other side? If Barça is busy building this perfect structure, Real Madrid is the ghost in the machine, just waiting, lurking, ready to exploit any crack they can find.
The ghost. It's such a cool concept, right? It's a team that can literally look invisible for 80 minutes, just soaking up pressure. But they absolutely thrive in chaos. Picture it, a broken play, a loose ball, and then, boom! They just appear out of nowhere behind the defense to haunt you on the scoreboard. That is classic Real Madrid. But you might be asking, why are they forced into these chaotic moments? Well, this slide breaks it down perfectly. Their build-up from the back has been, let's just say, a bit shaky. It all starts with Courtois, who we know isn't the most comfortable playing short passes when he's under pressure. That creates a domino effect for the midfielders like Tchouaméni and Camavinga, who've apparently struggled with their body orientation receiving the ball. And the result? The whole build-up breaks down, and they're suddenly forced into a mad scramble.
And guess who has to come to the rescue? Of course, it's Jude Bellingham. He is Madrid's undisputed trump card, but because of these build-up issues, he's being forced to drop way deeper than he'd probably like just to be the glue that connects the midfield to the attack. His role is absolutely fundamentally crucial.
You know, Bellingham's role is so critical, partly because some other key players are facing their own battles. And look, every great story has its wild cards and its potential weak links, and they could change the entire plot.
And maybe the biggest potential weak link is staring us right in the face. 19. Just let that number sink in. That's how many games Vinicius Jr. has gone without scoring a goal. For a player of his talent, that is a shocking drought. The pressure on him must be absolutely immense.
And that pressure doesn't just stop with Vini. It gets even heavier when you hear this. KYLIAN MBAPPÉ is likely starting on the bench because of fitness concerns. So with one superstar struggling for form and another not at 100%, you have to ask where the goal's going to come from.
So this all points to a massive, decisive battleground on the flank. You've got Rafinha, Barca's on-field general and biggest attacking threat, going head-to-head with Federico Valverde, a guy whose engine never stops and whose defensive work rate is just off the charts. Whoever wins this one-on-one battle could tip the scales for their entire team.
And hey, let's not forget about the curveballs, the potential surprises. With Rudiger a doubt, could Madrid really throw young defender Dean Huijsen into this pressure cooker? Or maybe start Arda Güler to help with those build-up problems we talked about. And on Barca's side, you've got to watch out for the Fermin factor. Fermin Lopez has a knack for stepping up big time against Real Madrid.
All right. So, we've broken down the architect's meticulous plan, the ghost's chaotic strategy, and all the key wildcards on both sides. So, where does that leave us? What's the final prediction?
It really all comes down to this, doesn't it? What wins a final like this? Is it the architect's systematic control, a style designed to just choke the life out of the game? Or is it the ghost's uncanny ability to thrive in those moments of pure, unfiltered chaos?
Well, based on all the tactical deep dives, the analysis is pointing in one direction. It suggests that the architect is going to come out on top. The final prediction is a 3-1 victory for Barcelona, a result that would secure their first title of the season.
But come on, this is El Clásico. We all know anything can happen. So the real question is this: will that carefully constructed blueprint hold up under the bright lights? Or, when all is said and done, is the ghost going to be the one having the last laugh? We're all going to have to watch to find out.